What's up gamers, Sixpenny here, and today I'm going to show you how you can create your own runs in Riders Republic and post them as either a tricks event or a race event for your friends or anybody to play. If you want to see more Riders Republic content, subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell to stay up to date on all of them. Only 10% of you have clicked that bell. Let's raise that to like 90%. Drop a like if you find this helpful or get some enjoyment out of it. Let's go ahead and dive in. So to start a run, I like to start by on your feet. So starting on your feet, so if you're on your bike and you're like, you found a cool place to start a run, go ahead and get off your bike and get in your starting position to select the run. Your run starts when you are moving in one sport for about 30 seconds. You have to be 30 seconds before a run is actually created. You can do like multiple runs in an hour and then go back and look at past runs in the creation tool. That way you can select between which ones you want to edit and which one you want to save. So maybe you do like you do 10 runs in an hour, and that night you want to go and just upload one of them because it's pretty sweet, and you can do that. So here we go. You're gonna hit left on the D-pad to open up your tools. This is where you find photo mode, the radio, but most importantly for this video, the creative mode. Now if you don't have any runs created, like you just open up to the game, it's gonna say no trails, so you're not gonna be able to select creative mode. So now you know how to access creative mode, but let's go ahead and start a run. Now you can do multi-sport runs, you can move the checkpoints, and I will review how you can do all that in this video. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start as a bike and then move through the different sports as we show, so I can show you how to do that. Now you need to make sure you don't wreck. Like when you find a good line, if you wreck, it ends your run. Your run is ended by wrecking or getting off your sport and getting on foot. So you start a run by being on foot and then getting your sport. You end a run by either wrecking or just getting off your equipment. So we're going to go ahead and start. Let's get moving. We're going to start the run. You want to make sure when you're going through your run that you want to stay on the middle of whatever path you want to take. You cannot move any of the icons in the creation tool. You can't move them. You can change which ones are checkpoints, but you cannot move the points. So say you accidentally get off-road for a whole section, you're gonna have to put a checkpoint off-road. So make sure you're on the path. And we're gonna jump off here and switch midair to a regular wingsuit. So we're gonna go into a wingsuit and get moving down. So we switch to a wingsuit. We're just gonna go. So actually we're gonna make the switch back to a bike here. So we're still on the trail. We did not wreck or anything like that. So here we are. We're on the trail, back on the road. And we made a few switches there. So we made the wingsuit switch to the bike. Now I'm going to go ahead and end the run. I think we have a pretty sweet run there. So let's go ahead, get off your bike or wreck. That's going to end that run. The run's ended, so now I want to create it, right? So let's go ahead and create it. I'm going to hit back on the D-pad. We're going to go into creative mode. Now, it's going to show my most recent trail, right? So it's showing it there as a bike race. You can hit X if you want to do a trick event and change it to a trick event as well. So if it's a wingsuit or you're doing a lot of tricks, you can change it to score to beat. So it can either be a time to beat event or a score to beat. So that's this run right here. Now, if I want to open up my other runs I've done today, I can hit left on the D-pad and it's going to show them in order. So it's going to show my earlier one, a second one. They're all going to pop up here. But I need to make sure I select the one I just did and go in to create that. The creation you're working on has not been saved. So you want to start working on another trail? Yes. So here we go. We're in the creator here. Now you're going to use LB and RB to cycle through the different points of the race. You can change the finish line on any of them. So right on the D-pad is going to set if say I want to change the finish line here. Okay, we're going to end it there. No, let's change it back to the original. You can move it. I can add checkpoints by hitting A on any of these points. I highly recommend the more checkpoints, the better for people navigating. Y'all don't understand how many of these community events I played to where I had no clue where I was going because there weren't enough checkpoints on the map. But one thing I want to show is the sports switch. So we switch sports. There's our sports switch point. So you cannot move sports switch points. You cannot move them. So wherever you put the sports switch on the map, it's going to show, I mean, in your run, it's going to stay there. You can't move it. You can move checkpoints, move finish lines. You can't move sports switch. That's a limitation to it. I wish you could just go around on the map and set runs wherever you want. And you can't move these left or right or anything. So that's why I said it's important to stay on the trail you want. So now for wingsuit trails, you want to put a lot of checkpoints through there that people can see. So I'm going to put ones in between, especially near trees and stuff. So you have a clear indicator. So RB and LB to select different points, A to make them checkpoints. If you make a mistake, just remove the checkpoint. So backtrack, make sure you select enough checkpoints to make it fun and make it easy to navigate, right? Nobody's going to like your trails if they have no clue where they're going. So see how I'm adding a lot of checkpoints here to make sure they know where they're going. So we're still in the air. I flew really low to the ground. This is actually going to be a really fun run to run in the wingsuit here. This is actually going to be a lot of fun. And you can go all the way back to the beginning. I recommend you always go back and set a checkpoint. So see how we add this checkpoint? We have our sports switch right here to a wingsuit. You want to make sure you set it, you know. So like we know we're ramping off this mountain. Like we can see that, right? We know, but just to make sure people know that, I'm going to put another gate right here so people know where we're ramping off to, right? So we're ramping off into the sports switch right here. So I want people to hit those checkpoints and know that they're ramping off the cliff. So I like to put as many checkpoints as I can so that racers know how to navigate my trails. I don't like this checkpoint placement because it's off track. So I'm actually going to move that to the one on the track here. So be on the lookout for ones that are actually not on the track. That's why I said it's important to follow the trail, right? It's, you know, don't worry about the time. I know, you know, you may get beat, right? It's not about the time. It's about creating a good run for the community is how I look at it. I made a lot of trails in the beta, and it was all about having ones to navigate. So there we have it. You have your trail. You think you have it. Most important thing to do is hit the Y button to create. So you can see on the left side of the screen, it says test creation or save publish. You're going to want to test creation. That'll take you in to the creation. Now, if you beat your last time, it does not save your new time. I hope they add that. I want to be able to beat my time, set my times now. After I've done the creation, it only sets your original time. I wish once I did, because you're racing against your ghost, but I think once you beat it, it should have a new ghost. So you're going to run through the trail, make sure you test it, all the checkpoints are fine. So after you have that, it's edited here, you're ready to go, you're like, I have a solid run. You're going to go ahead and hold down on the D-pad. I do recommend play test it one last time to make sure your changes make sense, and then you're going to go into play it. So you're about to share your creation with crossplay option enabled. Your content will be shared across platforms. The identity used will be your Ubisoft name. So I'm going to go ahead and hit A, and you cannot create whatever name you want. So I guess for moderation purposes, they added a stock number. There's a lot of variety there, but you can select the templates on the left. Once you select a template, you're going to check the modifiers on the right, possible choices, and you're going to select the name. So like it's kind of hard to do this, and it takes a lot of time to do, but honestly, what a lot of times that I do is just select one. Let's just do impulse heart. So there you have it. Now, and then at the last step, you're going to select a picture. Now, these are pictures, stock pictures. My screenshots do not show up here. I wish screenshots did show up there. I'm not sure if your screenshots are showing up there. Let me know, gamers. But I believe there's just this limited stock number of images that you can use here. Or maybe it was intended for your screenshots to actually show up, but mine actually do not. Unless that's just a glitch, but I think you just have to use the stock images. So I just try to pick something that looks cool. Now, the final step is to hold down A, and it's going to create it. Uploading your creation has been successfully uploaded. But then you're like, okay, I created it. How do I play it? So you're going to hit start. You're going to go to creations. And this is where you can find the weekly the featured events, the best tricks, best race. And also you can browse events. You're going to want to hit browse event. You're going to go to my stuff, and that's where your run's going to show up. So I just posted it. You can check frequently to see how many plays it has. The plays are listed as this one right here, the download thing, and then the heart is how many people have liked it. And then you could, if you're in a group, you can go to group creations and see what your friends have played as well, which is a really cool feature. Now, one thing that's cool too, you're like, well, I created this runs, but I can't play it with my friends. Well, if you're in the same group and you click on the run, so say I'm here, I'm going to click on the Impulse Heart run and I'm going to hit start. You can delete runs too if you don't want it on there. You can edit it as well. Now, once you edit it, so say you played it with your friends and made a mistake, once you hit edit it and upload it again, it creates a new one. So any likes or downloads you had on it are no longer on it. So now, if you want to play with your friends, you're going to both hit start. And then on this screen, you're going to wait and do a countdown, 1, 2, 3, and hit start at the same time. It's actually going to put you in the race. Now, you can see it's a multi-sport event here, bike race, air, and then bike race. So that's how you create your own runs, multi-sport runs. You can do this anywhere on the map. And I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you beat my time here. I bet you all will crush it. I want to keep track of the best time in the channel on Impulse Heart here. Who can beat maybe 140? I believe that might be possible on it. Wow me and show me that you can crush me. Let's see if you all can do it. I'll be making my community runs, some of my favorite runs in the game. I'll do that in multiple videos. I'll have other tutorials coming for Riders Republic as well, so be sure to check out the full playlist, all things Riders Republic, by clicking the links in the description or just checking the channel page for all the Riders Republic content. But be on the lookout for my community runs. I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to drop a like if you found this helpful, and subscribe if you have not done so already, and turn on notifications to stay up to date on all my new videos. As always, gamers, have a fantastic day.